Hi there, I'm Birgit O'Connor, and welcome to my studio. Now, this particular course was inspired by the fall migration of the monarch butterfly. So, over the years, there's been a significant decline in the population. And when I first moved here to Bolinas, we used to have thousands or hundreds of thousands of butterflies in this area. It was an incredibly magical experience. They'd be clustered in trees, they'd be flying everywhere. And I actually never thought that I would paint butterflies because I didn't think I would ever get the effect that I wanted. But what I've discovered by using this technique that I'll be showing you, I actually enjoy it. And it is based on the technique that I used when I created the seashell course. It's not exactly the same, but it starts out in that way, and then I break it down and develop it. Now, this particular lesson is going to be very simple. It gives you an idea of the technique without overwhelming you. Now, you can also go ahead, just take one butterfly. You can just focus on one, or you can create your own composition or follow what I have here step by step. And you're going to also have a lot of fun working with that wet into wet background. And basically what I did with this one was take an old painting, flip it over, and use the backside. It doesn't have to be a pristine piece of paper. You can do it on 140-pound paper. You can do it on 300, whatever you have. And the reason why I have it in this form here instead of a full composition like that is I had a different intention in mind. I thought I might go ahead and put it on a product. I thought it would be fun to put it on a cup. So we'll see what happens with that. Now, for this particular painting, like I mentioned earlier, basically what happened was this really was inspired after I created the seashell course, because I have wanted to paint this for years and I had no idea how to approach it. But by thinking about the seashells and breaking that down, I had a better idea. And my thought first was I was going to approach this exactly like that, but that isn't what happened. I just used the idea to get started, and then I moved forward with it. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to look for our large shapes, and then there's going to be a lot of chaos in there because it's a cluster of butterflies and there's tons of wings in there. And then I need to simplify that again into shapes and then minimize. And then once I've done that, that can be okay. But then I didn't have the depth that I wanted. So you'll see points that you may want to stop, or maybe you'll push it. But in any case, what you're going to see is how to get that depth in your paintings and how to take that chaos and then consolidate it. Now, if your painting doesn't turn out exactly like mine, don't worry about it. You're understanding the idea. Or even if you don't at the time, it'll be in there and eventually that'll sink in, because it took me a long time for that to happen. And if you wanted, you could just focus on one or two butterflies. You don't have to do the entire composition. And the same thing when it came to this one here, you could focus on 1, 3, as many as you like. So let's go ahead and get started and have some fun.